let's say that you really like girls, and only girls. Nobody else is in for it, you just like girls. That makes you straight if you're a guy, or gay if you're a woman. I've got this chart here, so it doesn't matter what you identify as, just what you like. Which means that I can add genophilia over for the hots for women end, which is useful if you're non-binary something. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we again have gay, straight, and androphilia, depending on your gender. And in the middle here, we have a term for people who like both guys and girls, and there's a term for that. Bisexual, which works no matter what you are. So you'll notice that we're already up to 5 terms and 7 different identities, which is already a doozy. But this is a very large graph, and we've basically only filled in 3 points. Technically speaking, this is basically all the terms you mean. However, the purpose of language is to communicate, and humans love to create words, so there's a lot of identities that definitely work to create much more clarity. For example, hetero-flexible is a term meaning that you would normally consider yourself into the opposite gender, but if the right person comes around, you'd be willing to date them. Or the term bi-gay, which puts you right around here. Or like a million other terms that mean different parts, little points on this graph. Okay, so that doesn't really cover anything, but I'm going to move on anyway because I'm getting bored. So far, we've only been talking about what gender you want to bang, but that isn't really the whole story. Another axis is how much you want to bang that gender. So at the bottom of this graph, we have your friendly neighborhood asexual who just doesn't really want to have sex. Rather eat cake, rather go to bed. They just kind of don't really care. And then there's a demisexual who don't really want to bang that much. I tried to Google how much, and I found a blog post of Christians complaining that cartoon characters shouldn't hug anyone they aren't married to. No, I am not joking. Link in the description. It is the best thing I've read all week. And then at the top here are hypersexuals, which is generally considered a mental disorder rather than a sexual identity, because it's really hard to go to work if you want to bang everyone on the right hair. But I'm just going to graph it anyway for clarity. So, now that we've got more terms in this video than I can care to count, it's worth noting that you can basically use all of the terms discussed so far in order to talk about romantic attraction, which is very different than sexual attraction. The best way I've found to explain this is the difference between watching Edward Scissorhands and Edward Penis Hands, both of which are movies that actually exist, but definitely deal with different types of love. And all of this isn't even counting all the outliers I found, like homosexuals who don't really want to try and find a label, and heliosexuals who only feel attraction depending on the weather, which I didn't know was a thing, but seasonal mood disorder is, so... And genders, which depending on which dictionary you follow might either be culture, in which case there's another graph there, or genitalias, which leaves intersex people in like 6 different things. Oh my god! The reason why there are so many identities is because there are so many different types of people. People are unique and different, and as long as we want to communicate that, we are going to need a lot of words. Hey, it's my opinions or facts here. I hope you enjoyed this video enough to tell me why I'm wrong in the comment section. Also, I completely ignored attraction to non-binary genders in this because that's just another graph, and I wasn't sure how to graph it, and this is getting very complicated very quickly, which is kind of the point, but it's also very hard for me because I'm trying to explain it. So I really shouldn't have picked this as a subject, but I'm recording the last lines right now, so who cares? You watched it. It exists now. Thank you for watching. Adieu.